The late adopter. Hi guys, how you doing? Welcome to the Bitcoin Daily. Unfortunately, no live stream right now, but I thought we should do this, small, quick and dirty video on Bitcoin, on charts, what's happening right now and stuff like that, what I'm looking at and so forth, so forth. That said, yesterday there was a lot of FUD. It wasn't actually a FUD, but Tesla sold 75% of their Bitcoin holdings. Which level they actually sold at, I'm not a little bit unsure. Maybe it was 20k. It really does matter. Price went steeply down once that news was out, but afterwards it kind of recovered a little bit. So right now it's give or take. I don't think the news is that bad as people want it to be. People are using that to push the price even more down, to tell all the negative news about that. I don't think I think news came out at a very nice moment on the charts, because we are hitting some major resistance. I'm gonna show you that. So we are already kind of expecting a pullback. So the news is not actually pushing us down. It's more that chart actually hit some kind of levels, important levels, and right now it's having a normal pullback towards the downside. I won't look too much into what Elon Musk and Tesla is doing with the Bitcoin holdings, because we're in bear market. Nobody's here. When Elon Musk tweets something, if you are in the bull market, there is a lot of euphoria, a lot of people are reacting to what these celebrities are saying and stuff like that. When we are in the bear market at the bottom, after the capitulation phase, nobody really cares. And we who have been here for a long time, we know that in some kind of bear market, stuff like that, we are very resilient to whatever is happening with celebrities and stuff like that. Also, we are already invested, so it doesn't affect the price that much. So even if Elon Musk and Tesla comes out tomorrow and say we sold all Dogecoin and Tesla, I mean, the price might go down a little bit up there, but it wouldn't have that much effect as it will have when we are actually in the bull market, some kind of euphoria, when there is a lot of mainstream and retail people in the market, because they are very, very easily affected by what these people are saying. So whatever Tesla is doing right now, not that important. That said, when Tesla actually buys Bitcoin again, you won't actually hear about that. You only hear about it when they come with these quarterly reports, right? So in next 3 months you can actually hear it. So if they bought today more Bitcoin, you won't actually know about it until 3 months ahead of time. So it's a little bit laggy information, especially when it comes to these kind of things. That said, what's happening on the chart right now, we hit yesterday very important levels of resistance up here. That's the 10 moving average on the chart, and on the bottom side we also have this 200 moving average right down here. Let me just draw this nicely. This is actually drawn nicely, so you can see here that on the weekly time frame we hit this level of resistance right now very, very nicely, but we didn't actually break it, and right now we are bouncing off that. That was around 24,200, give or take. Right now we need to stay above the 200 moving average. Hopefully we can manage to do that. That's around 22,007, but today is Thursday, there's still 3 days left, so it's a little bit early to talk about what's gonna happen and how this weekly time frame is actually looking. The same thing goes for this very, very big trend line on the weekly time frame. You can see here that we are actually breaking the trend over here. This is a weekly trend towards downside. We are actually breaking that towards upside, but the candle is not closed yet, and we still have to wait until the end of the weekend to actually see whether we are going to break the trend or not. Right now it does not look like, but it is a little bit bullish. The last thing I'm going to show you on the weekly chart over here is this pattern over here that's been forming up here for the last three weeks. This is some kind of evening doji star pattern. It's a very bearish pattern, but when these evening doji star patterns turn, instead of going towards downside, which that's the normal direction where this should actually go, and actually go towards the upside, this is actually very bullish. So if this pattern over here holds over the weekend, over the next 3 days or something like that, this is gonna be very, very bullish, because oftentimes after a green candle and a doji up here, oftentimes this actually goes towards downside, and I think the probability is actually towards downside, but we did not do that. We actually went towards upside. This is a very bullish move. So just looking at candlestick patterns and stuff like that, this does actually seem to be very, very bullish. It all again depends on what's gonna happen in 3-4 days or something like that on the weekly close. But so we got some kind of very important levels up here. This resistance level, this is support level. We're going to talk more about support and resistance levels, but what I'm going to show you right now one last thing on the weekly chart before we go to the daily and small time frames is that we don't have actually much resistance above us over here on the weekly time frame. All the way up here, the first resistance starts kicking at 29.4. After that, it's up here at 31.7. Also the 20 moving average up here. So beside these two levels up here at 31.7 and 29.5, or there is not actually very many resistance levels up here. Of course, the 20 moving average, but you're gonna see here 10 moving average. But between 10 moving average and 20 moving average, or this first resistance up here, there's a whole lot empty space. So if we actually manage to break above the 10 moving average, I would say that 30k will be hit very quickly. I'm a little bit unsure whether that's the time right now to just break this towards upside, just go straight up here. I don't think that actually happens. I think we might go a little bit up here, more zigzag movement left, then break towards upside, and then continue up to 30 level. So I think we still have more in this accumulation phase on the downside, but that's very important stuff to know. On the small time frames up here, very interesting stuff happening, because we managed to get above the 50 moving average up here, very important level of support, and right now we are still above that 50 moving average. You also see that 50 moving average line up here has a very nice confluence with the 200 moving average down here. So right now, breaking this on the downside, it's not actually a good feel, but regardless, it's we are still having some decent support right below us up here. When it comes to supports, of course, we got also this support down here at what's that, 25.5 or something like that. So what you're gonna notice here right now, there is a whole bunch of support right below us where we are, and Bitcoin is still looking bullish, although it did hit top with an extended move towards the upside. Yeah, if it managed to hold these levels up here, I would expect again at a retest up here on the 10 moving average on the weekly time frame, maybe even break that towards the upside a little bit. I'm a little bit unsure, but how this actually gonna play a little bit, we need to wait for that a little bit more. Down here, there's a good below these two levels. Down here, there's a support here on the 10 moving average, these two tops up here, and also 20 moving average on the downside. So you can see here that down here we got a whole bunch of support here and here. So if you do break the 22.5, I would say 22.5 give or take. If you do break 22.5, I would think the next level is 21.5, so 1000 more towards downside. Breaking everything towards downside, we are looking for lower levels, and then we are looking for some kind of patterns. Now we are not quite there yet, so we're gonna see here what's gonna happen on these time frames over here. There was this bear flag that everybody was looking at, of course. There was the bear flag. Let me do this, not this chart up here. There was a bear flag that everybody's looking at, and this bear flag actually broke towards the upside up here. Right now we are coming back inside the bear flag, so it might have been some kind of fake out towards upside, where you go back down again. This line on the downside cannot be broken. If you break this on the downside, we're gonna dump big time towards downside again. So if this does indeed happen, that we break the bear flag on the downside over here, that's gonna be very bad move towards downside. We are not there yet, but we right now can see that that's around something like 20,000. There is a huge support there. Also psychological support being 20,000 number, very nice round number. That's very nice. It's not 21,600 or something like that, some Fibonacci number. It's not Fibonacci number, it's a round number, psychological number, very important level of support, 20,000 people. So bulls will definitely try to hold it. If we go all the way down there, bulls will definitely try to hold 20k level, because psychologically it is important level. We're gonna remove all these lines right now a little bit up here, and the most important thing here, what's happening on the small time frames is up here. We are holding the 50 moving average. We get a support from the 10 and 20 moving average. You got a support up here. This is the most important levels right now to watch for. That said, there's a pattern up here. When you look at a little bit small time frames, a little bit unsure how this actually a little bit unsure about these lines, where do they actually go. There's different way to actually draw this looks like some kind of trend that actually broke towards the upside. Over here you can also draw it something like this up here, where we have some kind of expanding wedge towards the upside. Up here might be that as well. These expanding wedges do tend to break on the downside. Over here we are right now getting back down to the support up here, so we need to watch this expanding wedge up here. Maybe it's gonna break on the downside, maybe it's gonna not. I think we already broke this option up here, this small option up here. It's already, I think, broken towards downside, but this expanding wedge up here, I think it's not broken yet. There might be a better way to draw the lines. I'm a little bit unsure. I haven't watched this that closely. Maybe some Clarissa as well, but I think these lines up here are very important. Also, I think these wicks on the downside are a little bit more important as well. So I think this bottom line, this support line, is very very decent. So right now you can see that right now we are going from the top up here towards the downside. What I can expect, I don't expect just to drop straight down over here. I do expect some kind of small bounce up here where we have some kind of failure to go higher and then drop on the downside. So not immediate drop towards the downside, but some kind of, you know, try to push towards the upside and then fail, because this over here was trying to push to break the resistance, failed that, went down to support. Right now I think it's going to try to do it again, get us some kind of lower high up here and then fail on the downside, towards the downside. If that happens, we might see some of these other levels that we just talked about. So not actually much that's been happening. It does look a little bit better short term. Long term also we hit some kind of major levels, but it is still bullish until it actually starts breaking the support lines. It hasn't broken the support lines. We can also check out some levels up here on the RSI. This is on the daily RSI. Right now you can see that we are above 57, which is actually very good, because we broke the RSI up here from being down in the negative below in the bottom part of the RSI, and you know, the bottom part is very bad because that's a very strong downtrend. But right now we are breaking actually that towards the upside, which might actually create some kind of you know, you can see up here when you start doing that, we are creating the you know, zigzag pattern up here, or even we can even create an option up here eventually, right? But it's a good thing that we are changing direction, right? It's a good thing that we are breaking this downtrend. So based on the RSI, technically we are breaking the technically we are breaking the downtrend, right, based on the RSI. On the MACD up here, this still looks strong towards the upside. You know, the momentum is still, I think, you know, if not going up, it's going slowly, you know, sideways up here. So it's nice. We're also getting a MACD crossover here on the zero line up here. It's also bullish. On the weekly time frame, if you see up here, what we have here is that this MACD cross that we are waiting for right now. But what we have down here is that the momentum is actually losing pace. So the moment, you know, price is going down, momentum is going up. So on the weekly time frame, momentum is definitely losing pace, and this bullish cross might actually come very, very soon. So when we start getting this bullish cross, we might actually continue towards the upside. Will this happen in the next week or two? I'm a little bit unsure about that, but you know, overall, very short term, I think there might be a pullback, like 4-hourly daily time frame, something like that. You know, short term, like next couple of weeks, something like that, I'm still very much bullish. And you know, long term, we won't talk about that, because you know, long term is like extremely bullish. I think extremely bullish. So we're gonna see that. But right now, I think there is you know, a chance for a small pullback. That's it, guys. Again, don't fall for the FUD. You know, just because Elon Musk sells weekends paper, who cares about him, man? Because what are you gonna do? Are you gonna buy every time he buys, sell every time he sells? And you cannot buy and sell when he sells and buy, because he only says what he bought and sold in the quarterly reports of the Tesla company, right? So you are actually lagging behind a lot. So if he buys at, you know, 15k, if Bitcoin goes down to 50k, he buys at 50k, and then you read about it, but Bitcoin is already up at 30k, you know, it's too late. It's too late. Take care, guys. Have a nice day. Bye bye. I'm gonna see you tomorrow. Also join KuCoin, of course. Bye bye.